Welcome to the Sex, Money, and Real Estate Podcast, the show for real estate couples about how to close more deals in the bedroom. My name is Nancy Jameson.
And I'm Bill Jameson.
And each week we deep dive into juicy, intentional, sexy conversations, sharing with you what it takes to create balance in your intimate relationships and your real estate business. Thank you so much for being here.
Babylicious.
Hey, baby.
What's happening?
We're doing great.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, we are doing something a little different today, a little impromptu action, a little spontaneity.
Yes, we like spontaneity. We like impromptus.
Yes, absolutely.
And here we are on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
My voice feels a little funky right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of talking over the last few days for sure.
A lot of talking and
a lot of coaching.
Yeah, stuff going on for sure. So, as we kick this episode off, I just want to say that I'm Bill Jameson.
And I am Nancy Jameson.
And if you have dialed in to listen to the podcast called Sex, Money, and Real Estate, you're in the right place.
Yes, and we thank you very much for being here. We appreciate you. And this is the podcast, very raw and empowering podcast, all about giving you tips and tools and resources and believing that the possibility of a juicy, intimate relationship and a super successful real estate business is, again, possible.
And it's the J.A.M.
And it's the J.A.M. Thank you.
Yes.
Awesome. So J.A.M. is an acronym for Joyous, Abundance, and Mature. And that's our proprietary method that we use to coach our clients with. It's what we use to assist our clients in their real estate transactions, and how Bill and I, after 25 years of being together in this amazing relationship of life and business, used to empower ourselves. So,
yeah, and it's how we want you guys to feel as you enter through your personal lives and into your professional lives, to feel joyous, to feel abundant in all things, business and love and money and all the stuff that goes with it, and to have the maturity around it to really have those amazing conversations with yourself and with others, because the conversations start with yourself, right? So they have those mature conversations, and some of those mature conversations are not necessarily the most fun conversations, but yet you have the maturity to have the conversation, to stay in the conversation, and to continue it when sometimes there's not necessarily an immediate resolution to it, because you know that when you stay in it, that there are greater things coming. Mm-hmm. So those are the things that we really want you guys to feel. I mean, that's just, at the end of the day, if y'all wonder or ask about why we call it the J.A.M, it's because these are the things that we want you to feel and internally, so that you can express it externally.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And experience that greatness, that deliciousness, just the experience of life and the totality of life. So yes, thank you for tuning in. And if you're watching us on video, then you'll see that we're sitting in front of our chairs that we normally do the podcast in. We're sitting on the floor. Mm-hmm. And it's the purpose of our conversation today, because before we got on the mic, we were not wanting to get on the mic. Mm-hmm. And so it just really brought up this interesting space where we were in, like, here we are, like we're about to enter into the other role of our day, in podcasting, and we're like, we're just experiencing some tiredness and
I don't necessarily call it resistance. Maybe there's some resistance associated with it, but a little bit tired and
well, you're healing also.
I'm healing. So part of my magic today, that how we influence ourselves, others, and life in an empowering way, is that I went and got some surgery. I guess you'd call it elective surgery. It was outpatient, and yet, and impactful at the same time. Yeah. So sure. I had a hernia. Double hernia. One of them was definitely protruding. And went and had it fixed last Friday, and amazing doctors and nurses and staff and all that, and well taken care of, and Nancy and Rex and Luke, our boys, took amazing care of me. And it's still at the end of the day, I'm still a little tired. My voice sounds a little funky from all this, honestly, since the surgery. And so I'm not really sure what that is, but it is. And I don't necessarily want to jump on the mic today. Not really. I could definitely I took a nap before we jumped on this mic, and then we had a couple of outlines ready to go, and sat down to do it, and we're like, ugh. But we're doing it anyway.
Yeah, something's not clicking. Something wasn't resonating necessarily.
So I appreciate us being here on the mic and doing it anyway, and just having an informal, impromptu conversation. And I appreciate, just being where we're at. I think that's the biggest thing is like, it's so easy. I'll speak in me or I terms. Great. It's so easy for me to have certain expectations about a day or how things are supposed to go, and have things lined up and organized, or at least be able to flow with where we're at in the day if it's not necessarily all lined up. Because my other middle name is Flo, and it's just things didn't pan out exactly how we had planned out this morning, and some extra coaching went on, and some extra just some
client
deals and variables, and again, I'm healing and I'm tired, and I didn't necessarily feel like getting on the mic, but I wanted to share that anyway, and get on the mic and share that anyway, that I'm in real time right now, giving myself permission to be where I'm at.
Yeah. Yes.
For real. It's okay to be a little tired. It's okay to not necessarily feel like doing anything. It's okay to sit on the floor and just talk and not have this structured conversation, So.
Yeah. It's okay to take a nap. It's okay to meditate. It's okay to go for a walk. It's okay to pause during the middle of your day and watch a TV show or a YouTube video or something that allows you to revitalize and recharge. And so that was the conversation before we got on the mic. I'm putting my makeup on and doing all of the things associated with doing the video and doing the podcast. And I said, you know what, babe, maybe that's the conversation, giving us permission to be where we're at. And so I appreciate that. And how that showed up for me, and this is definitely part of my magic, is that, we've talked about taking game days every 90 days, which is a physical assessment designed to assess where we are with our habits and our choices, again, over the last 90 days. So how well, did I exercise? Did I not exercise? Did I do my energizing practices? Did I do my, how was my nutrition? Did I do my lengthening exercises and those types of things? So those are all components of the balance chart, the Your Day Balance Game. We have an app, and it's the balance chart, and it's one of the ways that Bill and I hold each other accountable and hold ourselves accountable by depositing in ourselves on an hourly and definitely a daily basis. And so I had my game day. And so again, physical assessment, 4 quarters, and where I play, there's 5 levels. There's beginner, intermediate, advanced, pro, and all-star, and where I play is at the advanced level. And so the second quarter is all about strength, and the first exercise are squat holds. And so for the advanced level, I'm just reliving this in my mind right now. The advanced level is 30 minutes of squat holds. And so that looks like 45 seconds on the wall in the squat position, 15-second rest, and then 45 seconds off the wall. Freestanding. Yep. I'm supporting my body. And then 15-second rest. So there's 15 rounds of that. And then by the time you complete that, it's 30 minutes of squat holds. And so typically I go 16, 18, 20 minutes before my legs start dancing. And this time around, I was in minute 2 Like I just finished my first set of squats and I was in minute 2 and my legs started quivering and dancing and, doing the Elvis. And I was like, oh boy, this is going to be interesting. And so my coach, my trainer, my mentor, Day Adioba, he's like, I give you permission to be where you're at. And I was like, ooh, okay. And so that to me meant I have choice. So I have choice to continue. I have choice to stop. I have choice to, whatever those were my 2 choices, but the possibilities are endless in terms of choice, and it's okay. It's okay for you to be wherever you're at. And, what that allowed me to do is choose. And so ultimately I chose to complete the 30 minutes of squat holds and utilizing my surrender and my breathing and obviously my strength and my mindset and all of the things that, surrendering to his coaching, all of the things that I have in my tool belt. And I completed the 30 minutes. It wasn't the prettiest, yet I definitely completed it. And it just really, again, allowed me to be where I was at. So I had an understanding of myself that if I chose to stop at 16 minutes, that all was well, life would go on, and I would still be amazing. It doesn't necessarily make me any less amazing because I chose to do 16 minutes instead of 30 minutes. But that's fast forward to where we are now, sitting on the floor, sharing with everybody that that's where we're at in this moment and that it's totally cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's totally cool. Like, it doesn't make us any less in love. It doesn't make us any less, badass coaches or agents or entrepreneurs or parents
or bad podcasters,
right?
Or whatever.
Right. So we wanted to share that with you guys, and we're just really interested in hearing about your stories and where you are, and hopefully by Bill and I giving each other permission and sharing with you where we are, that will give you permission to be where you are, and maybe allow yourself to pause and
take a breath,
rest. Yeah.
Relax.
Call a loved one,
get present.
Mm-hmm.
Let go of some of the worry of the past and some of the anxiety of the future, and just be where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes, well, really all the time is you are where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Do you recognize that you are where you are? That's the question.
Yeah.
And when you are where you are where your feet are.
Yeah.
Is that something saying like that?
Be where your feet are.
Be where your feet are.
You're present.
Then that's when the universe aligns, things fall into place, and everything works out to its greatest good. So
yeah, absolutely.
So that's where we are today.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
On the floor, present to where our butts are.
And my feet.
And your feet.
Your feet.
And just allowing things to be.
Mm-hmm.
So
awesome. So share this with someone that that needs to hear this. I am confident that this definitely will have a ripple effect and impact somebody, the folks that need to hear this today. So be the one that shares this with someone. And we just appreciate you. We're on the journey with you. We're in the trenches with you. We're flying high with you, all of those things. So feel free to reach out if you have any comments, questions, or feedback at Sex Money Real Estate on Instagram. Of course, we're on Facebook as well. You can join our at Sex Money Real Estate Facebook group. Jameson and Company at Keller Williams Peachtree Road is our business Facebook page. And we're around. Just Google us.
Yes. Awesome.
Cool. You have anything else, babe?
That's what I got.
Great.
So, goodbye.
Goodbye.
We'll talk to you later.
We're going to go watch a TV show.
Yeah, I'm going to take a nap. Yes. All right. Love goes out.
Awesome.
Peace goes out. And we'll see you on the flip side.
Bye. Wow, what a show. Thank you so much for listening. If you're inspired, we ask that you share the podcast with one person and subscribe and follow our show. I'm Nancy Jameson.
And I'm Bill Jameson.
And remember, it's a great life.
Woo!
Quick note about the Sex, Money, and Real Estate podcast. We are not doctors or licensed therapists. We are a joyous, abundant, and mature couple passionately sharing our story of growth around sex, money, and real estate. Our thoughts, opinions, and beliefs are our own, so please consult your doctor, healthcare provider, or your broker regarding any questions or issues you have related to your physical or mental health or specific state laws regarding your real estate business.